It's Tracy and Tamish here with Undead Walking, and we're super excited to be able to talk to Colman Domingo, who plays Victor Strand on Fear the Walking Dead. So let's get started with our first question. Colman, do you, Colman, work with a stylist, or do you plan all your fly outfits?
That's a good one. That's a good one. You know what? I work with a stylist very rarely because at first, for a while, I wanted to work with a stylist, but I thought I've always had a sense of style, and I love the way I like pushing the envelope a little bit. I sort of dress. I think about the event. Sometimes I think about, like, say if I go to a talk show and I know exactly what the color background is, and I know the way I want to present myself. So I like being in control of that because I think it's personality. I'm not the guy who's just like was throwing a suit. I like to just like mix it up a little bit, mix up prints, you see by now I like to play. I'm playful. Yeah. And I think everybody should have a personality and have a little fun with it.
Yeah. Well, it definitely shows through. Yeah, we love it.
I was about to say, we love the personality.
And I love extra more now that that's not a phrase, extra more. I love it even more now that it is you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Look at this.
Oh, let's see. Nice! Why are you covering that up?
I decided to put this on because once I get out there, because this is an idea of like about meeting the fans.
Yes.
You want to feel approachable. You want to feel like it's a sense of fun as well. And you're going to be hugging people all day. So I wanted to be like relaxed and casual.
Yeah.
I can get around these sweats and everything, but it's a little stylish.
It's personality and style.
To be clear, Strand is wearing a shirt that has,
well, not Strand. Colman.
I know, it's as wearing two parrots, and he has some beautiful flowers on the top, the bottom. It's really good, you guys. We're gonna have to see if they'll let us take a picture of it.
Yeah, we'll try to get that in the photo. All right, Tamish, what do you have?
So this is a question for your character. Okay. Do you think that Strand is a good person?
I think that Strand is a good person. I think Colman thinks that most people are good. I think that everyone has the capacity to be good. I think Victor Strand, he's always operating from a place of a very pragmatic sense of what to do and what's useful and what will be successful. So I think he's a good person, and sometimes he makes decisions that may not seem like that they're about the wellness of everyone, but he's being very pragmatic about it all. I do think at his center he's a good person, Mm-hmm.
I like it. Okay, when you were on The Talking Dead after the finale, my tweet came up on the screen, so I was pretty excited about that. And it was about you, and it was about about your character, all of Strand's clever sayings. So I wanted to know, what are one or two of your favorite Strand sayings and why?
I can give you two. One is, it's a mad world. You have to embrace the madness. I love that, especially in season 1, where Victor Strand was. It's like that we knew something about him, that he's always embraced the madness, which is why he's been so successful. He didn't try to fight it. He went into it, and he tried to figure it out.
Yes.
And that would help him gain currency and whatever. So I thought that I loved that phrase. And also I loved the phrase from the finale. In the middle and the height of all this drama, and he's walking Madison and Nick over the bridge to help save their lives, and he said, I haven't had a good feeling about anything since 1997.
Yes.
I thought that was fantastic.
That was fantastic.
I was like, even in the middle of it, he has a sense of dark humor, which I think is a part of his a great character trait of his. I think especially when things are so heightened, he goes to humor, and the darkest humor.
It's like a coping thing.
I think absolutely. But he's the only one who has it as well. He's a little on the dark side with his sense of humor.
So it stands out.
Yes.
Actually, that makes me think about another question, because you mentioned with Nick and Madison. It was on one of the podcasts. Sorry, I can't remember which one. They were trying to speculate when you said just put on the damn outfits. Was it the dam because they work at the dam, or was it just an expletive, and was that just sort of an inside joke?
I wonder if it was an inside joke. I think it was like it could have been both, and I think the way I played it was the expletive.
It came across.
But it could have been like the dam, because they wore dam uniforms.
Yeah.
But it's from Ching, So I'm sure somebody in the writers were laughing their asses off.
I hadn't thought of it either.
Somewhere somebody was laughing.
I hadn't thought of it until I heard that mention. I was like, oh yeah, they could go either way. So.
I like that. Okay. During Fear the Walking Dead, character Strand consistently, and these are my words, bites the hand that feeds him. A recent example that I'll use is when Strand struck a deal with Proctor for the takeover of the dam and the water. So I would like you to talk to me about Strand's mindset of what survival really means to him and kind of break it down. I'm like physically doing a break it down. Y'all can't see me, but break it down for me on what it really and what that word means to Strand.
I think Strand, he always begins with an argument. I think he would have made a great attorney. I think that he laid out his argument with Madison in the scene prior to that, where he said, why are you you gave away our weapons, and you know that Ophelia is a goner. She's going to be dead. So how are you thinking? I thought that we were being pragmatic about this, and I thought we had an agreement that we're dealing with things in a very real sense, and stakes in terms of like trying to gain currency of what we need. And then he was challenged by Madison feeling with her heart, saying, oh, but we want to make sure that they have a nice goodbye. Strand's not about that life. He's not about that life at all. He's like, I don't understand that when we're trying to survive and you're trying to because you still have those traces, you're still holding on to those heartstrings. And it's not to say he's a cold person, but he's like, I can't deal with all that. So now I have to think for us. If you're going to sit back and think with the heart, I got a plan. I got to get us together. So therefore he was like, let me go strike a deal. I know these fools want the dam. I know what's at the dam. We can work this out. I can have a position. You can have a place to stay. We can all win. He's thinking, how can we all win? And if he doesn't trust that you're on board, he's like, I got you. Because I think he's still obligated to Madison and to everyone else and to the hands that fed him. He said that takes us back. He's still obligated. He says, I'm going to do us a solid because you're not thinking straight. You go ahead. I'm going to make a deal and keep it. I'm going to keep this moving. I love the line he says before he gets into the truck right at the end of that episode. They're like, you all right? He's like, I'm fine. And you see a look in his eye. You're like, oh man, what'd he do?
I promise you, I was thinking that.
You did. You're like, oh
really?
No, what's he up to? Exactly. Because you don't see him the whole episode either.
Right. Strand
is frustrating people.
And that is the character you love to hate, but you love it. I'm telling you right now. Sometimes I'll be squeezing my little hand up like, Strand, what are you doing? But okay. Thank you.
It's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up with him that one step ahead. He's got it. Yeah. Okay. What do you attribute most to the growing bond between Madison and Strand in season 3? I mean, and despite her anger over the deal with the Proctors, there's obviously, you're caring for her, you're trying to protect her. It seems like an increased bond over the course of season 3.
I think that they have one of the most unconventional relationships that we have seen on television between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
Especially even knowing their history of relationships, etc. But they're forming something that is brand new.
It's fantastic.
I love the scene at the top of the dam and the beginning of one of the last episodes, and they're just having a talk, and he pulls out some scotch, I believe, and he's talking about, well, what do you want? And just imagine what we can build here. In my mind, that's the closest thing to Strand in this new world, giving a proposal. In a way, like, it's a proposal in many ways. Like, we can do this. Your kids will come home to this. We can build something together. That's in the way that we imagine like man-woman relationships is very much a proposal, but they're platonic. But you can tell that there's so much deeper love. So I love that we're exploring that sort of relationship where it's like there's so much more than the physical. That like we can be partners in crime together and really love and take care of one another.
I think that's what makes it so wonderful because it's not going to go to a different level, but it's so powerful. And I love it.
Like to have it's interesting because I think we have such a romantic relationship without the romance.
But that's what makes it romantic because sometimes you don't need to see that.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly. I think that tips its hand too much. I think this is more about like, I love you and I love you deeply and I want to take care of you. And I know you want to take care of me and we got each other. And I think in this new world, that's what you need. You need people. You need people to respond. But that's what we need in the world now. Just like take away that. I love the fact that there's no gender norms.
Yes.
Etc. in the play. It's like, no, Madison is such a strong type A fierce woman, and he's not challenged by that. You know what I mean? Anyway, he's like, no, I want to support her to be the strong, fiercest woman in the world.
Yeah, but who can really challenge Strand? I'm still waiting on that, but
So,
okay.
exactly. The only person I believe who can challenge Strand is Daniel Salazar. Which is why I think that confrontation had to happen.
Yeah.
Because I actually think that when I look at it, I think that Daniel is as afraid of Strand as Strand is as afraid of Daniel.
Interesting.
I think so.
I agree.
I think I'm the only one that Daniel's actually afraid of.
Yeah.
Because he can't figure me out. But
Exactly.
he knows he needs me
Yeah.
at the same time. Yeah.
Everybody needs Strand.
Yes.
Well, this has been so much fun. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us. Just such a pleasure. And
Yes, thank you.
So very welcome.